Hello students, today we will see the next theory of evolution, that is Lamarck's theory of evolution. Jean-Baptiste Lamarck is a French naturalist. He was the first person to give a scientific theory on organic evolution, and his theory of evolution, that is uh, his views on the organic evolution, was published in a book called Philosophie Zoologique. So his theory was based on three ideas, that is desire to change, the second one use and disuse, and the third one is passing on acquired traits or characters. The first one, that is desire to change. The nature, he said that the nature always have a tendency to increase the size and efficiency of the organism. Okay, through what? Through some environmental influences or through some internal forces of life. That is desire to change. An organism will always have a desire to change. Okay, the next one is use and disuse theory. So here, for example, an organism. Okay, that organism is using an organ for continuously for many generations. So that organ causes the modification, right? It gets modified, it gets perfect, okay, and it will reach into maximum development. So in some cases, if another organism is not using an organ for many generations, what it becomes? It becomes weak, it becomes reduced, degeneration, and ultimately in a disappearance. So this theory is called as the theory of use and disuse theory, and actually this concept is given by the famous Lamarck. Okay, now the third idea was passing on acquired characters or traits, you say. So here the modified characters or the adaptations that is acquired by the organism all through its lifetime will be inherited. That means it will pass on to the next generation or to its offspring. And this is called as theory of inheritance of acquired characters. So here this theory of inheritance of acquired characters can be explained with the help of three examples, very good examples, very important examples. The development of long necks in giraffe, the development of long legs in wading birds, and the third one is the hind limbs. Once the whales had hind limbs, or we say it was lost after many generations. So you can see a beautiful giraffe, some beautiful giraffes here, and you can see it. The giraffe that we see here is having long necks, but earlier the ancestor, okay, they had only short necks, okay, and they used to feed on grasses. And when there was shortage of supply of food that's near to the ground, the giraffe had to stretch their necks to reach the leaves of the trees. So after continuously stretching for many generations, the characters that was acquired was passed on to the next offspring. The development of long legs in wading birds. The same way here also, the birds usually have a competition, right, for the food. What is the food? That is the small fishes. Okay, that is in the shallow waters. And when the competition increased, some of the birds thought that they have to get some modified organ for getting the food or to win the competition, and thus they force them to stretch their legs, and stretching caused their legs to get a little longer. Next, also the third one, a very good example is whales lost their hind limbs. Earlier, the ancestor they had actually large hind feet this hind feet was used on the land to store, just like the mammals do. So over the time, they spend a lot of time in water, so their front legs was constantly used to use as flippers. So, and also while their back legs and hips were lost. So although the modern whales has all still it has some traces of pelvises. So these are the what the theory of Lamarckism, that is the ideas of the Lamarck. Now there were a lot of scientists who criticized this theory of evolution, okay, or oppose this theory, that is they say that it doesn't happen like that, that is evolution is not due to these reasons. And what were the criticism that was faced by the Lamarck? Okay, the first of his postulate was what the tendency of the organism to increase in size, okay, and this theory was not universally accepted. Okay, the opposition scientist says that there are instances, there are conditions in which evolution process involves reduction in size. It is not always an increase in size, right? So the first postulate was not accepted, rejected. The second postulate, that is formation of new organ result from a new need. How come that is, suppose a man is having a long cherished dream of have like try to fly, then will he develop wings? No, right? So the second postulate also got rejected. The third postulate, that is the theory of use and disuse theory. In reality, actually, when we use an organ or a thing for many times, what it causes? It causes wear and tear, right? And it reduces its efficiency in the long run. So this is also not unacceptable because it causes damage. Now the last, that is the fourth postulate, says that the inheritance of acquired characters, that is the character that is acquired through its modifications, it will be inherited in next generations. But presently it says that genetic evidence is not supporting this concept. So these are the ideas that is given by the Lamarck, as well as the opposition or criticism that is faced by the Lamarck. Thank you.